Let's say you want to make a mixtape and put it on YouTube. You are preparing the perfect set, so you are spending hours to find the right music, then record the set. You have to do it a couple of times because you made a mistake. Then you are editing the footage, then you upload it to YouTube, and then you find out there is a problem with the music in your DJ set. You used commercial music. You got or demonetized, or even worse, got a strike on YouTube. But what if I told you that there was a way around that? A way that is completely legitimate but requires a little bit of work. Let's talk about it. My name is Dexter Clark and I do reviews, vlogs and tutorials about DJing and producing music. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, then you'll get updates about new videos. If you did not make the music, you don't own the copyright to that music. So you don't own the right to distribute it, for example, on a CD or YouTube or SoundCloud, for example. Mixcloud is not a story because they bought the rights to do so. When you buy songs on Beatport or iTunes, for example, you only have the license to listen to it at home, but not in public. So when you're out playing your DJ sets in the park, you can't do that officially. But when you're spinning in a club or a festival, for example, the club or festival has to pay the rights organizations for the music you spin. That's why they ask you for your playlist on that night. YouTube has a system in place that they call Content ID. Content ID recognizes automatically, that's an algorithm, all the songs that you're using in your YouTube movie. Depending on what the owners of the music want, they have a couple of measurements in place to punish you for using music. I have a couple of them here. They can delete the audio from your YouTube movies. That happened to me a couple of times. They can also block your video in certain countries. They can make you share the revenue of monetized videos with the owners of the music. Also, the record labels can completely take your revenue on a monetized video, or even can strike your YouTube channel. Luckily, YouTube is pretty clear on what's allowed and what's not. They have set up a page on the website of YouTube itself where they explain what they do to you if you use certain kind of music. You can search on that music. I will blend in the URL below here, also put a link in the description below. Let's take a look at what they do and what music can you use. When we go to youtube.com/music_policies, you'll see that there is a database present in which they have listed all the songs you can use or can't use in your music videos. You can search on that you can do here, but let's take a look at a couple of songs. When we take Faded, for example, from Alan Walker, that's one of the first in the list. You can see, regretfully, this is in Dutch, but you can play it and it can be watched worldwide. You can generate the revenue. Well, you can't generate the revenue, that's what they say here. When you make a cover, you can play it, it can be watched worldwide, but you can't get revenue for that. Yeah, share revenue. Let's take another song, for example, Watch Out, 2 Chainz. You can't use this number on YouTube videos. Let's take a look at Last Christmas from Wham. You can play it worldwide, can it be watched? You can't get revenue of that video. You can make a cover, can be worldwide watched, but it only gets you shared revenue. Really important is that author owners can change their mind. That's what they are saying here. Let's take a look at a song, Martin Garrix, for example, Garrix with Animals. You have to be very explicit here because there are so many songs in the database. You'll see that the radio edit of Animals, it is blocked in 242 countries. So that is not really useful if you want that everyone worldwide can watch your video and you can't generate a revenue with your video. So playing Animals in your mixtape isn't very wise on YouTube. But notice that there is a risk here. I already said it, someone can change his mind. That means that if a record label owner wants to trade in his BMW for a new Tesla, that you are striked or blocked for music that you thought was legal or it was okay to use. But now you are striked, and that's the reason why I don't spin music on YouTube. Regretfully, my hands are bound a little bit here. I know that a lot of DJs still spin on YouTube, but it is their own responsibility. They are taking a risk here. But in my case, my YouTube channel is my everything. There is also something called copyright-free music. There are a couple of channels out there, YouTube channels, that do that. The problem still applies. What if someone changes his mind? What would you do if you have a potential hit on your hands? You can make 10 grand with that. Do you choose your own wallet, or do you sympathize with all those YouTubers which are getting demonetized or even blocked? Personally, I think that DJs deserve a little bit of leeway here. They are the ones who are promoting your music. But no, short-term money, short-term vision, and they can permit themselves some arrogance because it's going so well in the music business. But hey, I'm just Dexter Clark. More about music rights you can find in my free ebook, The Truth About DJing. The link to download the free ebook is in the description below. I love to see you in my next video. Bye!